Today is Sunday, December 1st, and here I'm taking a look at my anti-project, an exercise in preparation for my senior degree project. Some context to what you're seeing on the screen right now: this is a survival Minecraft world I started with some friends of mine in late 2014. The world was online and open to multiplayer for a few years, but was taken down in 2017 due to inactivity. I'd say this is a pretty average lifespan of a world for casual players. After about 2 to 3 years of playing, most people run out of things they want to do and start a new world. But I've been playing very on and off in phases in the same world for about 5 years now. I've found playing in a world once inhabited by other people is quite interesting actually, because every so often I'll encounter a strange structure left in the environment only a human could have made, and it adds a layer of mystery to an already mysterious and enjoyable game. I even had a friend from England who played on this world who was adamant about keeping the coordinate location of his base a secret. All I know is that it's underground south somewhere, and I hope one day I find more clues that could lead me to it. Why I've chosen to keep playing in this world is that it has a significant amount of infrastructure. I've built many complex farms, all essential for harvesting large amounts of resources for building the City of Eden, the project that brings me the most joy. Currently, I'm working on finishing up the exterior to the village castle, but the giant wooden roof has been costly, so I'll probably be expanding my tree farm in the near future before I continue working on the castle. The prompt of the anti-project assignment is to make something I would never make, and today I'm going to make something I should have made a long time ago. It would have saved me a lot of time and confusion in the long run, but it's nothing as glamorous as building an ornate village and castle. Today, I'll be organizing my underground railcart system. I use my railcart system almost every time I play to quickly connect my main village to the most important farms and destinations of the world and transport large amounts of resources quickly. It's a vital piece of infrastructure for the progress of my city, but in its current state, it's an underground rat maze, more like a system of catacombs than any organized subway system. There's a vague organization system of signs and tunnels in place. There's some tunnels in there that were made ages ago by other players and don't fit the same conventions that I build my tunnels in today, so they become very confusing when they intersect with my tunnels. I don't really know what some of the tunnels were ever intended to be used for, and I can get lost in them. They really are a labyrinth and all the tunnels look the same, so you never really have a good idea of where you are when you get lost. I consider this an anti-project because I don't really work with organizing sets of complex information effectively in my design work. I follow a couple of Tumblr accounts of designers that just make meaningless infographics, and I really love the sense of opulence they give. My work is usually nowhere in the realm of minimalism, and a lot of the time I find myself wanting to work with these large sets of information. I think it would be a fun challenge. I like challenges, but have never been given any set of information that would result in some wild-looking diagram. I don't know exactly what this is going to look like, but I'm about to start going through the tunnels and writing down all the coordinates of important destinations in a book, and walling off all the dead ends and abandoned tunnels. So if you're not familiar with the physics of Minecraft, there's a dimension called the Nether, and it's basically the underworld. You can make portals that go to the underworld, and just like the real Earth, the circumference of the Earth deep underground is much tighter, so travel is much quicker. That means I can make a portal into the underworld, travel a short distance, and then make a portal to go back to the overworld, and we'll have traveled a much greater distance in a quicker amount of time. Because of this, every block you travel underground is equal to 8 blocks in the overworld. So by traveling underground, you cut your travel time into an eighth. Also, this system of travel acts as a web in another dimension, so there aren't a bunch of ugly roads going through the overworld, ruining the scenic nature of the game. Now, everything has been put into place, and my subway system is complete. I'm calling it Sub-Zero. The hub used to be a small circle with some poorly labeled offshoots, but now has 4 main parent tunnels, one for each cardinal direction, and each tunnel is color-coded. Every tunnel has offshoots to destinations, so once you choose a location, you only have to make one turn in your route. Destinations are listed on the wall by their respective tunnel. A quick scan of these signs and you can see all the available destinations the Sub-Zero hub is linked up to. Each destination is color-coded, and you can use it to refer back to the subway map at the center of the hub. This was the hardest part of the hub because to make pixel art, I had to create an actual map and build this diagram in the overworld. I chose to build it on top of the ocean because it's the flattest natural occurring place. But as you can see, this section of the ocean I chose had some islands that I'm working on removing. I chose to build the hub out of sandstone because it's a cheap resource, and these tunnels will need constant expanding, getting longer and longer as I add new destinations to the system. I replaced the rail cars with ice roads because they are one of the fastest modes of transportation in the game right now that I can afford. In the future, I plan on building a roof on the Sub-Zero hub to complete it and build a library around the balcony of the roof, so this hub can serve as an archive of maps and locations and information on the geography of this world. And that's it. That's the conclusion of my anti-project. I ain't cut any corners with this one like I tend to do with the back-end parts of most of my Minecraft projects. And now, it's going to be really rewarding every time I need to use the Sub-Zero hub. Thanks for watching.